Even though today is not necessarily the most uplifting video, perhaps, and it's pulling me from a place that is vulnerable, that place, right? That place that nobody likes to be. But I'm still gonna go ahead and say it from my intro. For more positive energy, more positive vibes, hit that subscribe. What is going on, everyone? Man, it's been too long. Obviously, it's been way too long. And since I made a video, but it does feel good to just be back here putting out some type of content for you guys. You know, a lot has been going on around the world, right? And I realize that. It's hard not to see what's going on and just kind of think things that aren't necessarily the most positive things to think. And I think to myself, and I look at my life and I look at the different things that I've been through. And certain people who know that I have been through those things, they have definitely reached out and asked me, they want to know how do I keep this inner strength that still just tells me, no matter what, I still have to go. I still have to stand up and I still have to go forward. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys, with everyone out here watching this. I've been going on. I would say that I started my spiritual journey a handful of years ago now. Already, it's been maybe about like 5 years, 6 years. And there was definitely many moments where I thought that I was going crazy. But I just that inner strength, that inner voice, whatever you like to call it, it was giving me the power and telling me that I'm going in the right direction. Now, it's, bear with me, y'all, because I'm just gonna be very, very honest with you guys, and I'm trying not to remind myself that this might be going on the internet. It's a very uncomfortable thing to talk about what we're going to be talking about now. But the thing is, although I've been going on my spiritual journey, I see that I have really close loved ones around me that they're on their own journey. They were on their own journey. And that can be hard. That can be really hard when you're on this right path. Everything in you is telling you it's okay. And then, when you look over and you have somebody that you love so much, and you feel like you can't help them, right? So that's where it gets real sticky for me. But I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of just dive on right in. So I've been doing the content. You guys seen the content. It's me, telling myself that I'm gonna get my hair back. A lot of stress, a lot of things had happened, and I started to experience alopecia and hair loss and different things like that. And I want my hair back. So I've been telling, that's also played a part in me understanding the importance of controlling myself, having control of myself, my emotions, mind, body, and soul, because it's then that you really see power. And so I was telling myself that, although all these things are bad and different things are going on, you still just stay focused on something. And it just happened to be, for me, my hair, regaining my hair back. And then also, I also took a lot of supplements. So I was like, okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that with people, And so, long story short, I was feeling comfortable with my channel and uploading, getting to a point to where it's like, okay, we can start getting faster with the pace. Pick it up. Let's go. Well, I went and visited my mom, just random day. I see her often. I really do, pretty much every day. But this was several weeks back, a month and a half, 2 months ago now. I went over there and she's just crying, and I'm really thinking, what happened? What happened, now? And she looks at me and just sad, just tears. And she said, I don't want to wake up anymore. And it's like all that positive energy that I was gaining up in myself just kind of like was like just taking this hit that it was hard for me to explain. But I was just like, I was just like, okay, nothing else really matters right now but my mom and the family that I do have left, which really I just pay a lot of attention to my mom and my niece, honestly. And I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it, okay? Uh, but it was then that I told myself that, you know what? Although I ideally want to, really start making a lot more videos for you guys and really share with you the things that have helped me along the way, I had to really step back and do a lot more healing. And I had to go ahead and just reach out and get into that dirty room of emotions, somebody else's emotions. It's already hard being in a room with yourself and your own emotions whenever they're not necessarily in order. But then whenever you try to take on the task of helping somebody else, it can really drain you, okay? It can drain you a lot. And that's, I seen that was happening, but I told myself, it's fine. That's fine. Mom, take all the good energy that I possibly have in me. You can have everything, So that's where I was, and we really had a lot of different talks, a lot of deep talks that we haven't talked about in a long time, or things that we've actually never talked about. A reminder, I'm sure I've said it before, that I am mixed. It is something that I'm proud to be mixed. I really am. I always tell people I'm mixed. I'm Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. This is what it looks like. I don't feel bad about that, but I will say that it's a hard subject to talk about. And then when you look around out here and see the things that are going on, it's just a lot. It's a lot. So I want to share all this stuff with you because I know a lot of people have been losing people. A lot of people have been losing themselves. A lot of people have been losing hope. It seems like there's just nothing good happening. It really does seem like that for a lot of people. And the thing is, I wanted to share with you guys because I know that it's not necessarily easy, but I still have the hope in me, and I'm just hoping that I could share some things that I've been through and that you can be like, you know what, I relate to that, or I understand that. And it's like, I just basically want to give you a little bit more of that hope, that positive energy, because it's so important. It matters so much right now. And so yeah, I'm gonna share this story with you guys. I know that was probably that was maybe too much, but anyway, I hope you appreciate it. And so yeah, so here we go. February 26th, 2019. It was me and my brother were there at my mom's house. It was just me and him. I was just doing a lot of different things, cleaning up my old room over there, and he was in his old room there too. And we didn't talk too much, throughout the day. Early that morning, he did come in the room whenever I got there, and he asked me if I could give him a haircut. I said, yeah, let me just get some things taken care of, and sure, no problem, I'll cut your hair for you. He said, okay. I walked out the room. Nothing, just seemed very normal. Just a few hours later, literally maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, he comes back in the room and I see he had decided to go ahead and cut his own hair. And I was giving him, I was like, hey, good, not so bad, not so bad since you did it yourself. And I told him that I would help, clean it up a little bit, because it really didn't look bad, but there was some parts in the back that, he needed those extra pair of eyes to really help him out. And, that he said that he was going to go see his baby girl. And and his girl, like, not to put too much out there, but they were going through a point where you would say it's complicated, I guess something like that, right? So I didn't know, because I don't want to really give out names, but I just didn't want to really say his baby mama. Okay, anyway. So he was gonna go see them, and I was like, okay, cool, He goes, he's gone. I'm just still there at the house, just cleaning up, some things. And my mom, she finally gets home about, you know what, I take that back. Before she gets home, he does come back first. And I'm outside whenever he returns. I'm outside throwing stuff away. And I did see his face. It did look like he was upset. Not like irate. It's my brother. We're a year apart. I've seen him mad before. So I would just be like, oh man, maybe the visit didn't go that good. I don't know. But, he goes back inside. I go back inside. He's in the room. And I see him, because as soon as you walk into the house, there's the living room. And then in the back corner, you can take a left, there's a hallway. And in that hallway, there's this first room, that was my old room, this middle room, my brother's old room, this back room, my parents, their room. My dad, he's no longer with us either, so my mom's room. And, then you got the bathroom. Practically across from that middle room. And then right there, the hallway, the entrance from the living room to the hallway is like literally right, it kind of like slight turn, from the middle room as well. It's like makes a triangle if you go from the door, the hallway to the bathroom, okay? And told you that part just so you can get a visual of the house, because it'll help kind of for you to whatever, understand. He's I'm in my room at that point, and he just goes back from his room to the bathroom like 3 different times. And one of the times whenever he went to the bathroom, I started to feel a little weird, like what's going on? Like something's up, but I don't really know how to approach him and ask him and say, hey, what's going on? Because I know he's mad, and a lot of times whenever people are mad, they show you that they're mad. It's like, oh, let them calm down. But I see him in the bathroom, and where the bathroom is, there's also like a little closet, like very little closet. But I go and I look in the closet, and I'm trying to look into the bathroom to see him, and he's just looking at himself in the mirror. So I'm like, okay. Like, he's really thinking something deep. And so I'm just like, I'm going to go put on some music. I'm going to go put on some good, feel-good music. I have a variety of music, but it was on Spotify, and it was my playlist, which is normally like some really good, like dance, upbeat music that's going to make you want to move your body. And a particular song came on. It was Sam Smith, I Pray, or Pray. Yeah, I Pray. I think that's the title of the song. That song started playing, and man, I felt something weird, and I denied that feeling that I was feeling, because I was like, what you doing? I was asking myself, Milton, what are you doing? Just don't think nothing like that, and honestly, it was literally just a moment where I was like, something's real serious is going on. But then I told myself, no, stop. Just stop. Nothing's going on. I felt like I was being dramatic, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want it to come off like that, like I'm just being dramatic. He goes back into the room, and then shortly after that, then my mom comes home. It's about like 3 p.m., 3:30, somewhere around there. I go into the living room. I'm talking to her, just chit-chatting, small talk. She's just, she's glad to be home. She asked where my brother is. I said that he's in his room. And she's like, okay, is he asleep? And I was like, no, I don't know exactly what he's doing. He's just there in his room. I go back, and she's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna look at some of my papers and just go through some of my stuff. I was like, okay, Mom. And then I go back to my room. Like, literally, maybe like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes after my mom gets home, we had that little exchange, that chit chat. I'm in my room, and then I see a sheriff running up to the living room, and I'm thinking to myself, what is he doing here? He knocks on the door, and at that time I didn't want to necessarily just run out, but I went out of my room, I went to the hallway, and I just peeked around the corner to hear what he says, and and he says, we have a suicidal call from a Cody, and my mom said, "What?" And then she turns around, and then I hear a pop. It all happens so fast, man. She turns around literally right after he says that. And then, so I'm right there where the hallway is. Okay, so I told you, the living room, you go into the hallway, and then there's the hallway, and then pretty much just like right there, there's the middle room, my brother's room. I'm not a person that normally panics, especially in high stress environments. I try to always tell myself to keep it calm, because when you start panicking, you just lose everything. You lose it. I turn around, I kick the door in. First I push it, and then obviously it was locked. I kicked it. I see his feet there. I go in. He's right behind the door, so I'm kind of like pushing it a little bit. I go in. I see him. And he's looking. He's okay. So he is behind the door on the floor, and he was looking straight. Me and my brother had this thing where we felt like we could kind of see the soul if we look into your eyes. Or you could communicate a lot by looking people in the eye. And he didn't want to look me in the eye. As soon as I stepped in front of him, he was looking up, and then he just hurried up and tried to turn his head. He was just trying to turn his head away. He just wasn't looking at me. I see the gun there. I see the gun, and I'm like, okay, I have to think fast. I don't see blood. I don't see any blood. I see him there. Man. And I pick up the gun, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I have to be fast. We have to move fast. I didn't want to stay there, and I just had to move fast. So I pick up the gun, and so there's the gun, and I have it like this right here. So I'm not trying to hold it in a threatening way. I understand that I can't do that. I can't, because I was thinking to myself, okay, the cops are here. This is the weapon. I have to hurry up and give them the weapons so they know what happened, so we can hurry up and save him. So I run to the door, and at that time there's 4 cops. They already have the gun out, pointed at me. My mom, she just makes this screech. She can't even stand. She's just on the sofa, just screaming. No, screaming. And I thought to myself, okay, all right, you're probably about to be shot right now, but you're not gonna die. I really thought that. I really told myself that. I had 4 cops, and I had a 5th one running up, the sheriff, with his gun out, running up. Man, okay. You guys, we were right here. We were like this far. I had 5 guns pulled on me, and I'm just like this. I put the gun down. They're screaming at me, put the gun down. And I'm just thinking to myself, shit, be prepared, because I just felt like, I really did feel like, again, I felt like I'm going to get shot, but you won't die. So I'm just trying to prepare myself to be shot. I put the gun down. They're like, get out of the house. They just grab me. They pull me out of the house. They go in, they pull my mom, they get her out of the house too, and they're like, stay out! They're screaming the whole time. I guess rightfully so. I don't know. But finally the ambulance get there. You guys, I started to, at that moment, while we were outside, I did hear one, like I heard a laugh. The only people that are inside right at that time are cops. I heard a laugh. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not. I know what I heard, and it started giving me anxiety, really, really bad. And I was telling myself, no, don't, because I felt defeated. I was feeling defeated at that moment, and it was a little too much for me. And I do have anxiety medication prescribed to me, but I try everything in my power not to take it. And at that moment, it was too much for me. And I was like, I needed the medicine. And I did go back to try to get the medicine, and the cops are yelling at me. They're like, stay back, stay back. You're not going inside. Right? And I told them I'm getting anxiety. And I just need my medicine. And they're like, we'll get it for you in a little bit. They finally get my brother outside. They take him to the ambulance. They told us that we're gonna lifeline him to the hospital. Again, I'm from a small little town. It's Angleton. They're gonna go to Houston. That's about 45-minute drive. I don't know if any of you guys have ever had anybody who's been life-lighted, but really they just try to go to the best open area that they can find. That could be anywhere, any lot of land, and they'll schedule to try to make it happen. Okay, and I say that because we have land we have a lot of land still around us. I just remember being outside. I'm outside. Neighbors are coming, and they're trying to ask three or four neighbors, group of ladies, elderly women. They were just like, "What's going on? What happened?" And all I could say is my brother wasn't happy. It's like they immediately understood what that meant. Shortly after that, I'm not even sure who called her, but my brother's daughter and her mother did arrive. She runs up. I'm in the front yard. She runs up to me and she's like, "What happened?" And immediately I just grab my niece and I just hug my niece. I just hug her really tight. That's why this video took so long to make, because I said I wasn't gonna cry. It's okay to cry. I understand crying is not a weakness. It was just something I didn't want to do on camera. I'm just saying. So I'm just holding my niece, and I just go like that, and she just goes back to her car. She's sitting in her car, and she's crying, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I turn around, me and my niece we turn around, I'm just holding her. And we see a helicopter. We see a helicopter coming. And she's like, "Look, a helicopter." And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, she's just a baby. She's just a little kid, man. Doesn't know nothing about the real hurt that this world can be. She doesn't know nothing about that. And in my mind, I'm like, that's the plane to pick up your daddy. Feel me? My bad, guys. Okay, so also, if you didn't know, I don't edit my videos. I just kind of do a one shot. This is no exception. I'm just trying to do this one shot. So we're just gonna go ahead and just get through this video, okay? So I say, yeah, baby, there's a helicopter. And then I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just telling myself what really happened, what just took place. That's real. That really happened. I'm trying to give you guys all the details I can. There was two officers that did come back. One was a Hispanic lady, and one was a white lady. The white lady was the one who was yelling at me most of the time. She came back and she apologized. She said, "I'm sorry." She said she did say it was there was a lot going on. We just try to make sure that everybody's safe. And I didn't mean any harm whenever I spoke to you like that. The Hispanic lady, she just said, "I'm very sorry." She goes to my mom and she hugs my mom. My mom's just, it was a lot. uh, another guy comes up, and he looks like a detective. He's a much older man, white gentleman, and he comes up to me and he says he has a few questions for me. And I just straight up told him, I was like, man, I don't want to, I can't talk. What do we? There's nothing to talk about. I said, you already know what happened. And I told him the same thing that I told the neighbors. My brother wasn't happy. My baby, my little niece and her mother, they get in the car. Me and my mom, we get in my Jeep, and we're driving to the hospital. We actually turned and we seen where the helicopter was, because I knew. I really did already know what that helicopter was for. I tell them who I am. They tell me the location of the hospital, because the police, none of those people that were there, they told us where they're taking him. If they did, I didn't register that information, and neither did my mom. But we take off. We take off to Galveston Hospital. It starts raining. Different people are blowing up my phone. Wanting to know what happened, and we get to the hospital. We get back there, and the thing is, my brother was still alive. He was still alive. He still was alive, breathing on his own. When we made it to the hospital, man, I'll be very, very, very honest with y'all. I grew up Christian. I was baptized. Also, again, I grew up mixed. So my parents, they were still very open-minded. So when it came to our, different actions, different things that we did, they was never too hard to reprimand us. They tried to do the best that they could, and they showed us a lot of love, both of them. And I thank them a lot for that. I really do. And I said that because I started praying. I was praying hard. I was like, Cody, we both know it was a mistake. You can make it. You can make it through this. Other family members did show up too. We held hands. We held hands, formed a circle around them, and man, we just put our hands on them, and we just we prayed. We prayed really hard. And I was becoming hopeful. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of people would probably be like, "My man, he shot himself in the head. He wasn't gonna make it, right?" But when you're in that position, you try. You just want to hold on. You want to hold on, and that's what we did. I seen that's also what he did. That's what my brother did. He held on. Me and my mom, we made a tough decision that day, because we had the opportunity to stay there. Obviously, a lot of the family members who did want to stay there, everybody couldn't stay there. His baby and her mother. We knew that the mother, of course, was gonna want to stay. My brother's girlfriend. We knew she was gonna stay, and me and my mom, we hugged my brother really tight. I got over the bed, hugged him. I still felt him. I still felt his presence. And this. I just hugged him. I put his face against mine. I still felt, the warmth. And I was like, Cody, I love you. I love you. I love you. I just told him I love you. And I did a little bit in my head. I was telling myself, be prepared if this is the last time. So that's what I did. Me and my mom, we hugged him. We told ourselves we're gonna go ahead and go home. And me and her, we left. His girl stayed the night. We returned the next day. Well, we returned the next day, and you know, that what I was thinking the day before, it made me thinking that that might be my last real goodbye. I was right. He was on life support. You know, it still looked like he was breathing. And I went to touch his hand. I went to hold his hand just to talk to him. And that's what I felt, that, you know, he wasn't warm anymore. He was gone. Man, I realized that that's when he was gone. Okay, man. This all is all very real, you know. But the thing is, I wanted to just share this with you all, because moving forward, my videos, whenever I speak, whenever I tell you, you know, the positive things that I tell you, that I share with you, the things that have helped me, different supplements, meditation, different things that I do, exercise, just different things that have really helped me. I'm telling you it because I'm not just trying to give you some good content, and I think that it's a nice niche that everybody would want to, you know, come to and check out. I'm telling you this because I'm just like, man, I know what it feels like to really just, to be in a real dark place, to go through some real, you know what I mean, some real things, you know, through all of it, through all of this. I still got that inner voice telling me I got it. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And I might, you know, I might look like a little crazy in this video. I'm not sure, but you know, it is what it is. It's I'm real. I still feel everything. I'm not gonna be be beat up by this world. This world will not take me down so easily. Like I feel like it's trying to do. And I'm very aware that it's trying to do that, not only to me, but everybody around me, and just many people out there. And I know you feel it too. So I'm building a community. I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna build a community, and it's gonna be a lot of love, a lot of support for each other. We're in a time right now where we can't really be out there by anybody. We're not supposed to be around anybody. We're not supposed to have that physical interaction of just being with your friends, that energy that matters, those vibes that matter so much. We're being told you can't have that anymore, not right now anyway. And so it's also brought me to the realization that things have just become even that much more harder for people. And you know, a lot of us are turning online, and you know, I want my voice. Again, I'm human. I mess up like you as well. But I know who I want to be. I know the direction that I want to take. And I know many of you guys and female, everybody out there, everybody who's watching this, you know, many of you are feeling the same way. You don't know, you just know that you want to be a part of something that's going to make you feel better. And that's what this is. That's what I want to do. And so I had to share that with you guys because, again, we all go through stuff. Some may feel like their stuff is harder than others. And that might absolutely be correct. No doubt about it. No doubt about that at all. The thing is, we have to continue to learn. We have to continue to grow. It's a must. If we want to survive, if we really want to win in this thing called life, we have to. We absolutely have to. Yo, that was a lot. I want to go ahead and just, you know, wrap this up. And again, hold on. You know, you're not alone. Don't give up. Woo! For more positive energy, more positive vibes, hit subscribe.